Hi, I'm Ted, and welcome to Reality Bytes. First question you're asking yourself is, hey, what's a reality byte? Well, a reality byte is a small amount of information. And the word is, comes from the computer term byte, which is a small amount of information in a computer program or computer memory. And it's intended to introduce you to a topic you may not be aware of, something you just heard about vaguely, or something you just stumbled across. And that's really what this series is intended to do, is to introduce you to topics that come along that you had never heard about before. And the reason for this, I'm doing this, is I've been involved in this self-knowledge, autodidactic experience for quite some time now. And I was brainstorming with my friends at Tragedy of Hope. We were working through a trivium study group, and you can look up the word trivium if you like. And we were talking about our experiences when people ask us a question and our tendency to spew forth lots of data, which causes people to shrink back away from us and go back and back into the cave, so to speak. And that's what Reality Bytes is intended to counter, the introduction to a topic. And the idea kind of even played a little further in my mind about my own experience in becoming a self-taught individual, self-knowledge, whatever word you want to use. And I'm going to draw an XY chart here to explain that for you. We're going to draw a simple chart.
We're going to call this axis K for knowledge and this axis T for time.
I will say that somewhere around 2002 is where I stumbled across a couple documentaries online, some other information, some people that really confirmed for me what I had suspected for a long time about the world around me, that it wasn't as I was told, either through schooling or through family or through church or whatever. A lot of what I was told at least, I found to be suspect. I kind of had that sinking feeling all along that I wasn't being told the complete truth about something. And I started to, I was always questioning things. Around 2002 is when I started coming across some things that would help me confirm that. So my knowledge started to grow, and that was, kind of a slow path. And then around 2006, I got a job which required me to spend about 10 hours a week at 5-hour intervals, 5 hours at the beginning of the week, 5 hours at the end of the week, in a car. And I was getting bored with some of my music selections, so I started listening podcasts. I came across Alex Jones' InfoWars podcast and listened to that quite a bit. And if you're familiar with Alex Jones, or you've never heard of him, he tends to be very loud and opinionated, and he puts out lots of information, sometimes in a controversial manner, but still a very, very good source of an introduction to a wide variety of topics. So I did that, and I found some other podcasts. And so around 2006, my knowledge really started to grow. And then I plateaued again as I found that some of the knowledge has become repetitive, and I was getting kind of, worn down by the personalities involved in that. And there are a lot of personalities involved in this, a lot of big egos sometimes too. And then after I plateaued for a while, then I started going up again with my friends at Tragedy and Hope and Agnostic Media and some other points of information, and then also my own research. Right, I started read lots of books, read a lot of research papers, read a lot of policy documents, and really helped me understand and coalesce that data. So that's my own little curve of knowledge. It's really not a curve as much as it is a line. And so if I take a look at that, and if I just take off the years, and I'm going to draw another line that normalizes that, and I draw a line through that, right? I'll call that the knowledge time line. And I'm going to break it up into segments. There is the beginning phase of becoming aware of things, and there's the phase you go through where you start digging into more of it, and then there's a phase where you're really off on your own and doing a lot of research. My intention, well, let me back up first. I think with what's out there right now, the tendency for people who are in this movement, if you want to call it that, the self-awareness movement, the self-knowledge movement, their output of their research tends to follow where they are in their own experience. And that's great, because that helps those of us who've been in this for a while kind of keep going on that. So I would say things like, Tragedy and Hope are here. Tragedy and Hope's podcast is called Peace Revolution. That's Richard Grove and Lisa Arbacheski do that one. I would say Gnostic Media also falls into that. That's John Irvin. Does a great job here. I will put the Alex Jones thing here somewhere. He does Infowars.com. Another great person is James Corbett. He's also up here somewhere. We'll put James in this area here. And if you can find old podcasts from Alan Watt, he did a podcast for a number of years. Well, radio show really, and the podcast came from that. And his is called Cutting Through the Matrix. But we'll talk about Alan Watt. And Alan tends to repeat a lot of the same information over and over again, which is good because it needs to get hammered through your skull and through your defenses built up over the years of and getting through the information. So all these people are I would put it in that spot in the media output category. Now, what I intend to do here is serve this need down at this end, right here. We'll call that the Reality Bytes. In business terms, you call it a market segment, okay? New people, new information. And that's what I'm trying to do, is provide short videos, 3 to 5 minutes in length, pointing you down a direction, down a path, for you to do more research on your own, and help you grow to the point where you can start digging into some of the other information out there on your own, and help you understand the world around you. So, with that, that's my brief introduction to Reality Bytes, and shortly after this podcast, shortly after this video, I will put on another one on the very first topic. So, hopefully you'll see me again very soon. Thanks.